Hey everybody, sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties on our end, which sucks beyond all reason. But hey, we're back. We are going to continue this. I will change the title of this to part 2 because, well, yeah, what are the odds of that happening? But still, luckily enough, we reconnected. We got everything back up. We're good to go. There we go. Fixed everything here. So we're going to do this, going back to here. What are the odds of having a brown out here, though?
It was almost like the Green Goblin truck was trying to tell us something.
I almost thought that it was literally the alien from the movie we just saw. If that's the case, alien, go fuck yourself.
It was dark. That was really good, though. It was a very good
It was a good film, don't get me wrong. It was a fantastic film. It's just, even I didn't expect it the way to go the way it did.
I did not either. Puginator was like, this is not scary at all. And I'm like, I think it's going to be a slow build. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Yeah. Same goes with Cujo, though. Cujo also had that, too.
Oh, it definitely does. It definitely builds up to the extreme intensity at the end. And then they just sort of drop it after, spoiler.
Yeah. So, I'm glad that everybody did return back. That's awesome. Thank you. But, yeah, talk about one hell of a weird brownout.
It's like the universe judging us.
Hold on. Give me a second. Go on. What?
Just making sure. You had me muted.
Yeah.
Why would I mute you? It's still, the mic's still on. It's just...
Well, you know what I mean. Mute my body.
Okay, what are we on now?
Well, we were still in the
know?
middle of characters.
Okay.
But, however, I'm still trying to connect to Inget, but so far she hasn't answered.
Did you text her?
I can do that.
Here, I'm going to exit out of Discord. I'm going to click right back in. Give me a second.
Glitchy.
Glitchy. See?
Glitch-tastic.
There it is.
Still
It's back.
a little glitchy.
Yeah.
It's a little glitchy, though.
Yeah, that's the reason why we're going to try to make this as...
Did you text her?
Hello?
She's going to text her right now. What the heck?
Yeah, you may need to let her know on that. But yeah, we still do apologize for the brownout.
It's not your fault.
Still, I
It's our
still feel like I
lovely
need to
town
apologize.
of Medical Lake, Washington.
Well, the weather has been getting a little crazy here.
It was hailing and...
Yeah, it hailed for a short time.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's weird.
Oh, Morgan. Atlantic, good.
Hello.
Nice.
But,
Oh.
yeah, that was entirely my fault, guys.
Oh,
Sorry.
man.
I think they have a really great roundup of all the tropes. They're very
Yeah,
Oh,
of
that's
course.
really cute.
Of course, there's got to be the religious guy.
right.
He's got to be in there. It's like, seriously, what in the
Which
actual
one's
hell?
I don't
Just in
remember
case nobody
which one's
caught
the
it.
religious?
This Bible salesman.
You know the Bible
Oh,
salesman?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pervert.
Basically,
Yes.
he's the
No,
extreme religious
I
guy.
remember now.
Right.
I remember now.
And in case no one caught it, Emilio is the hero. Remember how
Of
she
course.
calls him hero?
Okay, really?
Every
Stop.
single sentence. It's great.
Okay, so what are we
But
on now?
We're still trying to score for...
Okay, did I already score?
You already gave it a 6.
Okay. Did you already give
Didn't
it
get
one?
yours yet.
I did actually.
Thank you,
say it.
Shakur. Thank you
What,
for the like on the
6?
stream.
No, I said 8.
8. She said 8.
Are you
I
giving
thought
it
I
8?
loved the Newlyweds and
Yeah, the newlyweds were okay.
they were
I like the boy the
ridiculous.
best.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And yes, if you guys are wondering, yes, the voice of Lisa Simpson is
Yeah.
the wife of the two.
The one that keeps screaming.
Which,
Yeah,
honestly,
90% of
the only thing
dialogue.
is that did she really have to pick a husband that looked almost like her? It's almost like she went into mitosis. Split off and multiply.
Right.
That's what mitosis is.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm going a little
I
scientific.
just
on
didn't
that.
quite understand because I don't see the. But okay.
Yeah, but other than that, though, I think I may give it another 7.
Okay.
All right. We'll wait on her.
I thought that was.
We'll wait on Ingot trying to get back to us. Hopefully, I pray.
It is the Joker.
Excuse me, could be wrong. Yeah, it's right next to Batman. Oh no, that's the Joker.
What the
that's
freaking hell are you
Harley Quinn.
talking about?
She's playing with the emojis. That's Harley, actually.
Yeah, Harley Quinn,
Oh.
Batman, and then
Oh,
there's
that's Harley
Joker.
Quinn?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was okay. That was his Joker, though, right? The one green guy.
The one above him?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I knew.
Because I thought it was Beetlejuice. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You-
Okay, that's understandable though, because he
It's
does
more
have green
kind of
hair.
like-
He does wear a suit, though his suit is not purple; it's
Right,
black and
his
white.
mouth isn't red, it's green. So.
Wow, you guys really know him. Really well.
Let's just say there's a reason why he's my number one favorite DC villain. I know a lot
Give me
about
some
Joker,
sugar. Look, give me some sugar. Anyway,
Okay.
go ahead.
so we'll wait on Ingot for now.
Okay,
now
so
we're going
okay.
because I
Yes,
can't
gotcha.
seem to get a hold of her.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
trying.
We're going on to music.
Okay.
10.
And why is it?
Because it's freaking AC/DC through the whole movie, and that's my band. That's my grown-up band.
Kill me. But yeah, honestly, I just can't deny it either. AC/DC doing the freaking
They're
soundtrack
awesome.
was.
That was like epic.
I remember this was in 1986, back when the
Oh my
original
God.
singer was still part of the band.
Oh my God, yes, it was epic.
So to have him
Oh yes.
being a part of it is
Are you
like,
sure
Oh,
it was
yes.
the original singer?
yeah, he didn't die until the 90s, I believe.
No.
Hold on, let me
I don't
double check.
know. All I know was it was epic
Give
no
me a
matter
second.
what.
No, I believe
It's
the
still
second
epic no
singer.
matter what.
It was epic though.
It was epic. And
Okay,
I
thank you.
really like the.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
It was amazing.
I appreciate it.
love AC/DC with all of my soul. I'm
Me
not
too.
denying that.
Okay, good.
I really liked seeing the guy in the van with AC/DC on the side.
yeah,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah.
opening where it was really. That was a really crazy opening for a
Yes, it
sequence
was.
for a film
Yeah,
with the bridge raising
yeah,
up like
yeah.
that.
That was weird.
That was wild.
Wild. Yeah.
Sets
All
the
right,
stage
who
very-
was the original
That's the
singer? then?
stage for chaos.
Yes.
Who was the original singer for?
Angus, wasn't it Angus?
Oh my God.
What's his
What
name?
did you just say?
What is his name? I can't remember.
Well, it says right here, lead
Bonham
singers
or-
were
Oh,
Bonham,
vocals
yes.
were Bon Scott, Brian
Bon
Johnson.
Scott. Bon Scott, sorry.
Bonham. That's
Angus
Led
is the.
Zeppelin. I'm really tired.
Nope,
Okay.
he.
This is
All
the-
right, nope,
the
never mind. I
drummer?
guess he wasn't on here. He died in 1980.
It's
Yeah,
okay
it's
though
second
because
singer.
either way they rock.
They're both amazing singers.
Yes, they are very
Yeah.
amazing.
But yeah, hard to believe that he. But hard to believe AC/DC did a fantastic job with the soundtrack. I give it a 10.
I love it when bands are actually given the opportunity to score a film.
I agree.
I think it adds this whole different element to it because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
approaching it like from their perspective,
Yep.
their manner
Yep.
of sharing music,
Yep.
and it's completely different.
Absolutely.
Like Queen with
Oh, yeah.
Flash Gordon is
Oh,
a
yeah.
totally
Oh.
different.
Yes, yes.
Totally
Yeah.
different vibe. Like if you're
Well,
listening
and
to a
Queen
Star
with,
Wars
Queen
soundtrack,
with,
you know what I mean?
Queen with other movies too, like
Yeah. Like,
what's that one where they
Wayne's World when they did the Bohemian
well,
Rhapsody.
Yes, exactly,
Yep.
exactly.
Did
So
they
what would?
score that movie? Then?
Yeah,
Some
he
of
helped
it
out.
they did.
They helped out with the scoring. Yeah,
Okay.
Freddie
Did you-
Mercury
did you get a hold
assisted
of
in
her?
the film, which
No,
honestly was
she's not
pretty cool.
responding.
We can't get Inga back.
What about you?
Inga back.
Okay.
Oh, it's solid. I would give it an 11.
Yes,
Because my amps
honestly.
go that high.
All right, so we'll go to 10.
Yeah, it was really good.
But yeah,
in fact, as soon as that started, I was like, I'm on board.
And she completely freaked out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was so cute.
because they are actually like
They're your
my
band, yeah.
favorite band, like old school
Yes.
band. I mean, Journey to me doesn't take a, I like Journey.
Whoa, back up.
No,
Don't be rude to Journey.
no, I like Journey, I do,
Okay.
but AC/DC is just
Didn't
like
you
the
have a
bomb
friend that
to
was
me.
obsessed with them?
Oh, I did. Dee Dee, she. In fact, I ruined one of her. No, that wasn't an AC. That wasn't a Journey. Wait, let me think.
On
No,
record?
it was a Dopey. It was the Dopey shirt. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, so now we're going
Um,
on to.
You want to maybe text?
I
We
did.
did. Why don't you call her?
It's over.
I don't
Double
think
check
I
and
have.
call. But yeah, we also have design, of course. I like how they used a lot of practical effects in this
yeah.
film. They were not willing. Stephen King was not willing to hold back on anything.
That's actually, I said they must have had a really good budget for this film because They blow a lot of shit up.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of graphic
yeah.
gore.
I'll send
The
it to
gore
you.
is
Oh, did you find it?
abysmal, and it's like really.
But yeah, it was definitely awesome though, because the practical effects for the entire
Yes.
film was
Well, and you also
very
feel
good.
really isolated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially, because I actually like how you normally get stuck in one place for some
I
films
sent you
like
to
this
remember
one,
just in case
because
you don't have the right one.
this one actually does force them to actually interact with each other, and
Yeah.
you actually get some pretty decent dialogue from them when they're actually just shooting the shit, they're having a good time, even
the
if
same?
they are literally surrounded by trucks.
Right. Oh, the dialogue is 100%
Oh, shoot.
hilarious.
No, I have a
It's
different
like
number
the
for
entire
it.
thing is made up of like little one-liners. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that scary face on that front of my...
The Green Goblin.
Anyway,
That's what
that's...
my brother and I
okay,
used to call it.
yeah.
yeah. But other than that, though, I would have to say design definitely gets a 10 for me, because
Oh yeah.
Oh,
for
okay,
what it's
so
worth,
it
was
I have-
definitely a good film for what it's worth, for literally the budget they had to just blow
Yeah.
everything
Oh,
up.
we're on design now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I already score?
No.
No, not for design.
Okay, yeah. Design, I thought was... It was pretty good. I mean, for...
I don't think she has my number.
9, maybe? I'll give it a 9. Do you want me to try to... I'll try.
So what would you guys give a score to?
No. I
design?
think.
She might have my...
I'm
So
gonna give it a-
what's your design? Your number on design?
Okay, we already did all this, but
No. We did music.
Yeah. Pug.
This is what
Puginator.
happens,
I
people.
did.
What was your number for
So
design?
what was your number then?
I told you it was 9.
I said 10
Alright.
Wow.
because I thought it was really good. It's
I like
there's
the
like a really
truckers, and I like
suburban-
the and I
Trucks
like
and
the
all that.
trucks, and I like the fact that it was kind of set outside of the mainstream.
I still can't
Did you
believe those guys
notice-
were actually...
Did you notice that it kind of almost had a Christine vibe?
It does, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, it totally rocks that.
Yeah, totally
it
rocks
actually
it.
has
Yeah.
quite a few different little sets. Like,
Yes.
there's like
However,
that
I
really
think Christine's
suburban.
definitely written better.
Well, no, but this
but
was
it's an
supposed to
actual
be.
book. This
Yes.
is just a short story. That's what Inga said.
Oh no, it's a movie. It was purely a movie, never meant to be a book.
No, she said it was,
was a short- like a
based
short-
on a short
short
story.
story.
Of his.
Oh, it was? Oh,
Yeah.
I always thought it was just a pure film.
No, she said there was a short story.
Oh, I
That's
got
why
to
she
check
doesn't
that.
like it because it's not a proper novel.
Yeah.
I like that it starts in like a very suburban, so you can see like that the little league game that's going on, and it's like very green and wholesome, but really messed up and gross with all the dead people everywhere, and then that
Sure.
ice cream
Yeah.
truck that becomes obsessed
Right.
with Deke.
Oh, and then of course they shoot that ice cream truck.
They do. And then there's the really fleshed
sorry, I
out
love this
sets
shit
of
that blows
the
up.
of the diner. You really feel sort of the grittiness of the diner.
Yeah.
You know? And that game room, the
In
arcade
general,
room
it was really good aesthetics.
yes.
Hey, you know that guy that dies right near the beginning of the film that's over at the,
Aesthetics.
you know, one that got shot up by the machine gun?
No. Yes.
That was the kid's father.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Oh
yes.
no, he didn't get shot. He got.
Oh.
He
Oh,
got
you
mowed
mean in
over.
real
He-
life? Is that
No,
what you're saying?
no, in the film.
I
No,
thought
he
Did he
got
get
run
shot
over.
or did he get hit? Did he get
No,
hit?
he got
He
run
got
over.
hit.
He's
Run
the
over,
first
thank
one
you.
to get hit
Yes.
by a
Oh, yeah,
semi.
you're right. Sorry, I was thinking of
Yeah.
someone else then.
And that was sad for the boy. I just
was
it
very
broke my
sad.
heart. It
But
was-
you get the sense that Brett and Jim are going to take care of
Oh
it.
yeah, definitely.
So-
Alright, so now we're going to go on to atmosphere, and
Oh.
we will only take maybe like 2 questions
Okay.
Yeah.
from what I was able to gather. So we, of course, have atmosphere. So honestly, it's just pure unadulterated fun.
It is
I'm sorry.
fun. It's ridiculous.
It is literally unadulterated fun, and it rolls with it. It
Yeah, I'm
doesn't
gonna
even
give it a 9.
9.
Yeah, because it was, even though at first I was like, oh my god,
This
I don't
is
even
so
know what I'm getting
ridiculous.
into.
Yeah. But it's
But it
funny.
makes sense though, and it is funny, and
Yeah.
it's like actually exactly what you think it would be
Yeah, it's engaging.
once you get into it.
It's a
Yeah.
fun action,
Yeah,
horror, whatever.
It is,
Whatever
it
the
is.
hell
It
it
kinda-
is.
it
Yeah.
draws you in,
It does.
no
It-
matter what.
It kind of reminded me of Night. It was called Night of the Comet.
Oh, hold
And-
on.
oh.
Did the stream
Oh, yeah, I remember.
break or something?
Yes, yes.
It did, and unfortunately, as a result, it kind of
Went out.
it went out. So don't worry, we got the internet back. We're all good. Continue.
Well, the reason why I was just going to say, because we were talking about it has elements of Christine,
Yeah, yes.
Night
Night of the
Comet, but it also had
Love
heavy
watch
metal.
that.
Because if you take a look at the cartoon Heavy Metal, in a sense, but they had that great music that went around it.
Oh yeah.
So when they brought
And
in
just
AC/DC,
the
it just
atmosphere.
the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It was
Everything was-
absolutely outstanding.
Yeah,
But
and
they
the
had
one-liners.
the
And the
one-liners
one-liners.
right over there. That
Yeah.
kind of reminded me, honestly, of Cannonball Run. It really did. The whole premise of how the movie was, kind of like the basis of it.
It did kind
You
of.
know.
You want to know what this movie does? It encapsulates everything that is the 80s.
That's true.
Yes,
It
it
was a
was.
very
It is the
Yes, it
quintessential
was.
80s
The
film.
acting, the design, the atmosphere, everything
All of
was
it.
all 80s.
And
big
yet,
Yes.
time.
and yet it also encapsulates everything that's Stephen King.
Yes.
Well, his humor.
Yeah.
It captures his humor 100%.
It captures his tropes
Yeah.
that he's done in every one of his books,
Yep,
films,
yep.
series,
Well,
whatever.
It's cheeky.
It's like Inget said, there's so many things and so many characters that are incorporated in other movies and ideas that are incorporated in other movies from one movie to the next. Stephen King is a phenomenal
Yes.
writer and producer and director. He just really is spot on.
And he doesn't have a problem making fun of himself.
No,
True.
absolutely.
If you guys
not.
want-
He's the first in line.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you guys want an example,
That's what I like about him,
Right.
actually.
Yes.
Actually, if you guys want an example, check out my other Retroactive's Corners on Stephen King Month. I just put a playlist earlier. That one, you can get an example of some of his better works, like Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, Stand By Me. A lot
Oh,
of
past, yeah.
Yes.
his, for
retros,
past
yeah.
reviews,
Yes.
all those were amazing and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. Those are
Yeah.
films I would highly recommend to anyone
Absolutely.
who loves Stephen King or
Yeah.
just wants to watch something that actually has thought-provoking content,
Absolutely.
amazing stories, amazing characters, and a lot of them are actors that would later on go on to do their own things.
Shining was one of my ultimate
Okay.
favorites.
The whole
Absolutely.
thing when you brought up those three movies right over there, you take a look. Talk about the time
He has a
frame was
wide
relatively.
variety.
Well, the time frame also was pretty close together too. You know how he did the Green Mile with the Shawshank Redemption and the Stand By Me was all relatively in the same time frame, but three absolutely different
And the
stories.
fact that
And
he
then The
would
would not
Shining
necess-
afterwards.
And
The
then the-
Shining was just
The
And then
Shining was
crescendo.
one of his. Actually, according to what I found out, it is in the vault. Basically the congressional vault where they keep some of their finest
The
works.
fact that he can
Shining's
go,
one of them.
Yes.
the fact that he can go from one type of movie to the complete opposite direction is phenomenal. Because there's a lot of directors that kind of really stick to their own particular genre, and they don't venture out to other genres.
True.
And Stephen King, he's probably done it just about everything.
Very true. What was your score for Atmosphere of God?
I think it's just fun. It's a 10.
10? All right.
It scared the crap out of me when I was very, very little. So,
Yeah.
but I can look at that now. I mean, it haunts me a little bit.
That's
I
like
still don't
Carrie.
like semi-trucks in
That's
the
like
middle of the
Carrie.
night. I've worked a lot of night shifts and it freaks
That's
me
like
out.
Carrie when the hand comes up out of
Right.
the grave. That was traumatizing.
True.
As a
Um,
7-year-old, that
but
was
yeah,
traumatizing.
But yeah, before we continue on with
Christine, that's what I was thinking.
before we continue
No,
on,
Carrie.
Carrie.
No, I was thinking of something else.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. But yeah, before we continue on with what she was, Puganator was saying, let's find out the scores. Mine went up 4 points to 44 instead of 40. Yours went down a point, but only by one.
Only 1 point, so that's okay.
Yours matched.
No way.
Woo!
It actually stayed on 46.
Nice.
That's crazy.
All right. So actually, one of the questions was
My score was way better than what I would have done it
Earlier.
when I first started watching the movie.
I know. I was
Because
like,
when I
gotta
first started
hang,
watching the
gotta
movie,
hang.
I was like, oh, yeah, what am I watching? And I thought, this is not going to go good. This is not going to go good. But no, actually, in the end, I really did. I enjoyed the movie. You know, it was different. Where's my Bixby?
one of my
I don't know what
one of my
Bixby is anyway.
some of my viewers have been asking me questions. Like one of them was how many genres did he do that Stephen King ever wrote successfully?
Well,
For me,
drama,
when it comes down to it,
thriller,
Yeah.
horror,
Yeah.
psychological,
Comedy. You can write
Yeah.
comedy.
comedy
That's good.
too.
Oh, yeah, of course. Because actually, let's take a look at examples. For horror, We have, of course, The Shining, even though that technically the miniseries was his, not the one made by Stanley Kubrick, though later on he did gain an appreciation for it.
Stand By Me was a drama.
A very, very good
Intense,
drama.
amazing. Yeah.
It was also, I guess, very
Coming
much
of
so a
age,
coming of
very
age
much,
story.
Very much.
Yeah.
so.
Because all four of the kids are literally going on a journey, and it's actually a very important lesson. It's about the journey, not the destination.
But what it was so funny that they were just four way different type of kids too. But
And you
all
saw their
out
camaraderie
going out.
as well.
Well,
Yes.
and
Especially
They
then
came
watching some of the
together,
harsh
even though they
moments.
were so different. They came together.
Very much so.
Which was
I
amazing.
think kind of like I think Goonies probably took off the fact like those four.
Yes.
Then you went to Goonies
That's how
right
my
there.
friends are.
And
They're
I think
all so different.
And I think the fact is that Goonies worked out so well. I think they used kind of the platform from Stand By Me, the four of the four boys
I wouldn't be
going after
surprised.
finding the girl. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Find the dead body in their case.
Well,
But,
yeah.
but yeah, honestly, I actually, and I am going to talk about this again, there were certain scenes that absolutely tugged at my heartstrings, like one when the kids were all around the campfire and one of them finally opens up that he doesn't want to follow his father's footsteps, he wants to be an artist. And he tells them of how much he was being abused, and the kid that was next to him says, if I was your father, I would never have said that to you. I would have wanted you to keep going with your dream.
Right.
That was River
Absolutely.
That,
Phoenix.
I swear to God, made me cry when I was younger. Like, Jesus. That reminds me of some of the friends I had.
Yeah,
Well,
that's like a
that's-
deep.
Yeah, it's a
That's-
coming of age
that's
story.
actually-
That's a very much.
That's
coming of
actually
age.
what you strive to feel or hear or whatever. You know, this
Right.
is like what you'd like to hear your friends say,
Well, I think
Yeah.
it's-
rather than just
I
you
think
know,
it's learning
buck
that you're-
up, buddy.
Right. Well, I
You
think
know?
it's learning that your parents don't know everything.
No,
That's the
they
age
don't.
where it hits.
Yeah.
When you suddenly realize, you know,
We're
sometimes
still
my parent
learning-
can be a fucking asshole.
We're still
you
learning
know?
ourselves. You're
Right.
learning all your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Even elderly people are still learning.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and
Um,
actually sometimes they get stuck.
Right.
And you know.
And
it's
then
just
let's
the way
take a
it
look
is.
at Shawshank Redemption. That one was a film
Oh,
of,
that was.
God bless it. There's, not only did they have an amazing star-studded cast,
Oh
for
my
God's
God,
sake,
yes.
but it literally set the standard for what it meant to have a good narrator.
Right.
Mhm.
It's
'Cause
it's powerful.
Red basically
is.
was narrating throughout the entire story of how this one
Oh,
guy
that was great.
changed how this prison felt
Oh,
the
yeah.
moment he entered from the
Oh,
moment
yeah.
he escaped.
Absolutely.
And
What a
then
great
there
movie.
is the Green Mile, which
Oh my God.
I swear to God,
made
I
me
will
cry.
never forgive
Yes.
the Academy Awards for not giving Michael Clark
Oh
Duncan
my
a
God.
freaking award for that. Like, what in the actual
he
shit?
Deserved,
He
actually
I
deserved
cried.
it.
Actually, I cried in a couple spots in that movie,
I think
and
most people did.
especially
Yeah.
because he, what was his name? Michael.
Michael Clark
Duncan.
Duncan
He
did
was well, and I love Tom Hanks. He was absolutely amazing, and he pulled on every heartstring I had.
I have to say the whole cast. I mean the
That's
whole
true.
The whole
That's
cast
true.
did an amazing job.
Just-
Even that little squirrely guy with the mouse.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. I loved him.
I love the villains. The villains do a very
Yes.
good
Oh,
job
God,
of
they were
emphasizing the
horrible.
worst in
But
humanity.
they were, yeah. That
So,
was,
and
yes.
even though I do know some of those guys have played very nice characters
Oh,
as
yeah.
well, but they play amazing
Oh,
villains.
yes.
Well done on them too.
Actually, that movie Green Mile was like
when you're
there wasn't anything that I was not impressed with.
if I
Yeah.
had to go out and say out of everything that I've seen, and probably the best written to me for
Yeah,
a
Green
movie,
Mile.
the Green Mile
Yes,
would actually
even more than Shawshank. I love Shawshank,
yes.
but the Green Mile hit so many levels of
Which really kind of shows right over here because
Stevie King's talent.
because like Cool
Yes.
Guy has never really seen
That's
or
unfortunate
heard
because-
of Stephen King.
Yeah.
So it's just going up there being able to state that
Yeah.
the fact that you start
He's
talking
missing
about
out.
those three. You're talking about
Yeah.
those three movies in general
Yeah, he's
that are
missing
not
out.
necessarily horror flicks
No.
at any point.
No.
Yeah,
But
these
some
three were completely different
exceptionally-
genres.
Absolutely.
Yes.
and did such a good job with
Oh
that.
my God,
Yeah.
were phenomenal films.
But let's take a look at horror, though. Horror is another thing he's very good at.
Oh, yeah.
Like Stephen King's It.
Oh yeah.
That one basically personified clown phobia in every sense of the word.
Yeah. And The Shining.
And not to mention, it was
The
also
Shining.
the role that defined Tim Curry
Oh God, yes.
for who he is. Because I
Pennywise,
swear, no other role he's ever played has
No.
ever been as iconic.
Yeah.
What
no.
about?
And then, of
amazing.
course, The Shining, the movie that literally was put into the National
Well-
Congress,
well, you-
as well as, of course, kickstarting Jack Nicholson's stardom, as well as other characters.
Well, he was already a
He
star.
was already a
well-
star, but that
well before.
really-
that one set him into
that
legendary
propelled
status.
him. Yeah, that propelled him for
Well,
sure.
you also got to be thinking too of Christine. You got to think
Yes.
of Carrie.
And not to
Yeah.
mention,
You got to think of a lot
Actually-
of the other movies that
I
go
loved
with this
Carrie.
here because everything
I
kind
loved
of built
Christine,
on.
yeah.
actually, we'll talk about those in a moment, but we also have to talk about how there are so many documentaries on The Shining alone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know.
Because
There
I
were
believe
so-
it was based on.
It was
like, a
based
true
on
place.
him. It was actually based on the place that he went to.
Yes, it was based on a
So
true
to
place.
just absolutely see how there's like hundreds, if not thousands, of documentaries,
I
not
would
just
love to
on
go
DVD,
there.
but also on YouTube
I would love
about
to go there.
this
Yeah.
one
and take
freaking
pictures
place. Oh yeah,
and just see the
he said it was
orbs
in
and the-
Colorado, so
Yes,
we
it
could
is.
easily visit there.
Just to check it out, it would be so cool.
Let's take a look at his other horror films. Carrie.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Actually, we actually talked about this last time on the show, the diopter shot. It was the first time it was ever used in film. And it was revolutionary, especially for what they were trying to do to make this film what it is. It had its own unique film style that was
That
far
was
beyond the norm.
also another great '80s film that was pivotal.
Yeah.
Because it was like that's actually that movie really. Actually, especially towards the end, it traumatized me when the hand comes out of the grave. But I mean, the whole thing, the whole like bullying and being different, and there was so many elements.
Hold on for just a moment, guys. Give me a second. I already did go.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
There were so many elements to that movie. It was incredible.
Here we go.
And the remake was okay, but
Well,
but
you
it
know,
wasn't.
Actually, they remade it as a TV series, which actually delved
Oh,
more
I didn't
deep.
see the tier.
That one actually delved more into the book than
Oh,
any of the
okay.
other versions.
I'll
I
have
would
to check it
recommend
out.
that one if you want more detail into what was
Yeah.
going on.
I just the
Um,
thing, the thing with King, when you start breaking down, he always had good, bad.
Yeah.
It was kind of like almost for every good movie there was like two bad movies in a sense.
I don't think
Actually,
they were bad.
Well,
movies.
not bad,
Well,
but they're not. But I
he's
think
had some pretty
everybody-
bad ones.
I think,
Sleepwalkers, The Langoliers.
I think
Oh, see,
what happened.
I actually.
I
liked
did
them.
not like them.
I think the problem that you run into is there is this word called expectations.
That's true.
Everybody's
That's true.
expectations. They want gore. They
Yes.
want all the stuff. But when you
Well,
really
and you
take
see
a look,
something subpar, then it's like.
Well, the only reason why I say those ones were subpar was actually, and a lot of fans can agree with me, it wasn't because of the gore and all that. It was because it was not close to the source material whatsoever.
I know, but what I guess what I'm trying to say about
Like
about,
they were missing things.
I like the
about the
Langoliers,
whole
though.
thing is that there's these expectations that are already placed on a book or a movie before it even comes out, and I think what happens is that hurts Stephen King
Yeah.
in a lot of aspects. I think a lot of the directors, the ones that
Langoliers reminded me of Tremors. In
in a
Okay,
In
a
way.
okay,
Yeah.
you've just revoked your horror license. I'm sorry, you just cannot say that.
No,
Okay.
It did kind of though.
okay, but
Because they
the-
were creatures that lived under the ground.
No, they were creatures that literally ate up yesterday.
Well, okay, so I haven't seen Langoliers in a while.
Yeah,
but
they,
I just
basically
remember
they're
them-
floating balls with teeth, and I mean like testicle balls, and they literally are eating history as we know it.
yeah, but I'm just saying is
It's really weird. I don't know why that seems to be the case.
Yeah.
It's just why.
But what I'm saying is that when you start talking about Stephen King and you start talking about like Kubrick did not Kubrick really pushed the boundaries of the spirit of what Stephen King was writing, and he pushed the boundaries. But what I'm saying about some of the other directors really didn't even bother to have the spirit of what the book actually was
That's
to make
true.
it. Now, like with Cujo, the only thing that hurt Cujo more than anything else was the fact that that he was talking about his dog's perspective, but they didn't set up the reasons why they had everything come from the dog to go up there, and you see through the eyes
That
and
would have
stuff.
changed.
That would have
everything.
changed a lot of
Yeah.
what was going on, because it.
Although either way, I felt for the dog.
Well, everybody feels for the dog
Yeah.
because no one caught.
Dog's man's best friend.
Yeah,
first of
no
all.
one caught the fact that it got bit, and you would be
I
able to
caught
see
it.
the bot.
I
But
caught
what
it.
I'm just saying is that
I felt
what's
sorry
going on.
for him that he got bit. I felt sorry for him that he went through all of that pain and discomfort and mental anguish. I felt like I felt the dog.
Yeah.
Well, so what
This
is
is right
what
here.
is it?
I have a character named Willow. Kind of want her to be an anti-hero, but I don't know how to. Well, to answer that is basically when it comes to anti-heroes, stick with more like making them similar to Batman, but they are willing to do whatever it takes, which means murder. That's basically an easy way of going for it. But continuing
Yeah, but
on
Batman's
from
good.
yeah, but of course there are versions of Batman where he does use a gun. One of them, his father. Anyway, let's just stop digressing here. Another good horror film that he's made, Christine.
Oh, I know. I
Yes.
love Christine's is a good film.
Especially since the original story was just as much of the mystery. I love how they kept that. Because you actually saw, the dude who bought the car in the final scene. Yes, spoiler alert for those of you guys who don't know, or check out my review on it. Where he literally is driving the car, and you actually are wondering, wait a minute,
hell?
did he do it then? Or was there somewhere inside the car? Could they have somehow done something? Or
Well,
but you can
no,
also tell
if
that
you
little.
start-
You also
But
tell
you end
the
up
sense
finding
of-
out though that it's the
was the car.
ghost of his brother.
But you also
was the
take a
ghost of
look
his
too.
brother.
Yeah.
of the guy's brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you take a look too, that it shows you a lot of it shows you the power of the paranormal too. Is that how sometimes the paranormal in itself, like being in a haunted house or being in wherever furniture is that is actually has a very
An
bad spirit
essence.
into,
An
and then
essence of
yes, and then they
badness.
come in like they brought in mirrors. They'll bring in something that brings in that negative energy in. So you go up there, and a lot of that, I think that's called agony. If you remember,
Yeah,
if we go
from-
back to,
yeah,
from
from
that
FNAF.
part. But the point is that it
Christine,
just
the car
shows you
was
that
that.
yes, and
Yeah.
it shows you that too, that there is that still.
And I
it's still
believe
in
that. I believe in
Um,
that myself.
Another question that a lot of people have been asking me is, what about when it comes down to certain horror films that, compared to Stephen King, that are in the similar vein? Would you consider them to be? Are there any films that you know of that are equivalent or seem similar to the Stephen King? Well, I already mentioned this earlier because of my friend, Old Yeller and Cujo. To a certain degree, they have a similar start to a similar ending. But it's the in-betweens that are different and how that all plays out.
Yeah.
Same goes with other films that have dealt with that sort of thing. Usually they start and end the same, but usually the stuff in the middle is ultimately what makes it count.
Well,
like
I
The
think-
Goonies, for instance.
Well-
The Goonies is similar to Stand By Me,
Yep.
but the context was much different.
Well,
Especially
I
the
guess I
connection with
don't
the
remember the
characters.
Goonies.
It's about basically they went to go find treasure. Like
While
they
Stand
were,
By
I
Me was
do
going
kind
after
of
the body.
remember. Okay.
Yes, but and it was
Oh, I
just,
see
it was
your
a
point.
group it was
I see
a
your
group
point.
of misfits, kind of like this
Yes,
group of misfits,
yes.
and they're going
I
out.
see your
it's-
point now.
yes.
I just,
Yeah, the
when you
difference-
first Goonies to me, I was thinking.
Yeah, but basically
I get it.
the difference is execution. How the characters talk to each
Yes.
other. How
Well,
the journey goes on.
right.
Where the Goonies, it was about the destination, not the journey. Stand By Me was about the journey, not the destination.
Yeah, that's
But the
true.
thing is that if you take a look, it was both the same. It's just that you had different outcomes.
Yeah.
Okay, you had the when the journey to go to see the dead person, and when they saw the dead person, they had a really big mixed emotions at this particular time. That's where it really came down to when you're talking about Stand By Me. But when you're talking about Goonies, you're talking about treasure. You're talking about everything that's going to make you feel good. You're not going to feel good when you go see this dead body. So
True.
so there's a dichotomy
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
That there is
There's
the
the
part.
difference,
There's a
yeah.
huge
Yeah.
difference when you talk about that. But when you're talking about execution, it has to be executable differently because the end is going to be different.
Yeah.
One, you're fine. As a kid, if you gave me a treasure map when I was like 10, 12 years old, oh, hell yeah. And if I was able to find X, man, that would have been the greatest thing in the world. But to go up there, know there's this dead person, and you're going to try to be the first people to find it, and it's the first time you're actually going to see a dead person
Yeah, that's
live.
not necessarily like a
It has
woo-hoo
to be
moment.
done. It has to be done.
It does, but
differently.
it's
And
not a
luckily, though-
woo-hoo moment, though.
And
Yeah,
I like
that's
how
true.
they did it though.
Yeah,
How Stephen
yeah.
King did it, especially since they don't
Yes.
really know what they don't really know
They
what
don't
to
really
feel.
know if it's
They-
going to really be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when
Or-
they do find
yeah.
it, they actually more feel sorry for the victim.
Oh, yeah.
And well,
For
you should.
Of course.
It also gives you an air. What was her story? What happened to her?
Right.
How did this or him or her or whatever?
It was her.
But yeah, it was her. All right. But yeah, how did she get there? How did all this play out?
What
So
did- yeah,
you
what
can almost
exactly
make another story
happened?
based on
Yeah.
that
And
alone.
if you looked at it right over there, I thought they were going to have a second one because if you really start taking a look, that's what the boys were contemplating. All of the
Yeah.
same questions,
What if,
all
what
of
if,
the
what
same
if,
things
yeah.
right over there. And I thought, man, you could actually have a second part off of this just by the second, and them kind of getting haunted, not saying necessarily haunted, but driven by the girl saying, "Go catch my killers."
Yeah, you need to find.
Could you just imagine that?
You need to find
Oh, yeah. Like
what
I
has
said,
happened.
Yeah, like I said, it could have gone either way. I am very glad they did stick with the solo film.
That's the forensic part of us.
But yeah, but
My
I
dad
honestly,
and I, because we
Yeah.
like that stuff.
but yeah, I do like that idea, but I am very glad that they stuck with it just the
I
sequel
did. I am.
because
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be at this point. It wouldn't necessarily be Stand by Me. The
Yeah.
next movie can
The
be
story
something totally
was-
separate.
yeah, the story, and besides, in the title, it's how those kids stand by each other throughout their journey. And
But
it's
but
self-explanatory,
It has
but
the
done in a way.
potential, though,
yeah.
Oh,
to
yeah.
go more.
Yeah.
Actually,
and that what got me too, because I really thought they would come.
It was
I
such a good
thought they were
movie.
going to come out with a sequel. See, like
Yeah,
with the
it was
Shawshank
such a good
Redemption,
movie.
that you could have had another story off of that, but it wouldn't have been much of a story.
No.
But same with the Green Mile didn't have much of a story
But Stand
afterward.
By
But
Me
Stand
could
By
have actually
could have.
gone a little
Yes,
further.
I think
if
so.
they had wanted.
Let me see.
It's
Oh
getting
yeah,
low.
it's fine.
Yeah, but it,
I'll make sure.
No,
to
I we only fill it a third, so we keep good water in it all the
oh,
time.
okay.
Yeah. Another question is, and this actually goes with what they were talking about. Actually, what movie would you have liked to see get a sequel
Stand
that
By Me.
that is from Stephen King's lineup?
Stand By Me.
I really honestly thought that when how they ended the movie, I really thought at one point that they were going to have a sequel for that, because you could
That's
actually
probably
build.
the one movie that I would say too, because like with The Shining, The Shining is it.
No,
I mean,
there's
you could
Doctor Sleep.
probably, yes,
Doctor
true.
Sleep is technically a sequel,
True.
and same with Stephen King's It Part 2.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's another one that also
There
has a
was
sequel.
really
Yes.
it's really hard to go up
But they
there.
already
and-
made it. Though.
yeah.
We're talking about what they could make even further.
Yes, and I think
Which-
the whole the is that the only person they can't bring back is River Phoenix.
Right.
In a sense, they'll just have to bring somebody else in. But can you just imagine all of these, all the actors that
I
were
think it
there
would make
and
it
having them
great.
bring them back?
Well,
And-
sadly, they can't. One of them unfortunately died in the end of the story.
Yeah, but they can.
Yeah,
They can manage that though.
That's true.
I mean,
Well-
considering it's one person out of all
yeah,
of it.
but you know what I'm
yeah.
trying.
That's true.
What we're trying to say is that you can bring them in
It's a
who's ever left
possibility.
over, But you might not necessarily can bring back the original, but you have to bring back or like River Phoenix died, in real life. But then again, you can say, well, we can't bring him back because of. So now you lose the leader. What?
Yeah, we're already done.
Yeah. No, but
We're
the-
just answering questions that I managed to get for this particular
Yeah.
I don't.
episode.
So one of the
I must have
things-
missed the end.
But one of the things was
Yeah, I told you your score was only 1 point lower.
Well,
That's
yes.
right. You're right. Sorry.
so the one thing I was thinking of, because now I think the reason why I think the story would even be better is the fact that the leader, who was River Phoenix, is not there. So now you have the other three guys that kind of grew
can
up
carry
and
on.
needed and
They
can
don't
carry
have
on.
to have every character.
No, they
You know,
don't.
because
But
that's
but
the
the
past, that's-
essence of
Yeah.
him not being there is what I think will make it even
Yeah.
a better sequel.
Actually,
because
yeah, no, I agree.
yeah.
I agree because that's like kind of like the memory of, and this is this is where we came to, and now we're going to carry on without him. And
You know what this reminds me of? Without a paddle.
oh yeah,
I'm just thinking about it. No, but it's just.
Yeah.
But it's the same premise. But these three guys had to come together
that would
to
make a
be
great.
able to do something.
You have to admit, I mean that.
And they were finding D.B. Cooper's money.
Yes,
but this one
yes.
here, that you basically have the girl that they found.
That's funny.
Because
That's
she
true.
gravitated to them because of the fact that it was they gravitated because they actually showed concern.
Tired?
A little bit.
But they showed concern, and I think that's
Yeah.
a huge point.
Yeah.
And I know another movie that actually did get a sequel, Creepshow.
Yes.
I like that one
True.
because it's more of an anthology horror.
I was going to say
segments.
Creepshow is different though because it's like little
A bunch of
mini
episodes.
things.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
so-
It's almost like the
it's done very
Twilight
good,
Zone.
though.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
almost it
definitely.
was just like the Twilight Zone back in
yes,
the days.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
So you can't exactly, put that in
Actually-
the same category.
Wait, hang on. Did Children of the Corn ever get a sequel? Or
Yes. Oh,
Yes,
yeah, they have like
actually,
4.
Children of
Or,
yeah.
Okay.
or
Chil-
5.
Children of the Corn
Okay, so
did.
yeah, but all right, so we can't count that one.
But I did not like the sequels as much as I liked the original.
yeah, and I think
got ridiculous.
one of these. Wait, did we already review that, or did we?
No, we did
or-
not. I
oh,
don't
yeah.
believe we have.
What about
Because I would
how
love to
about this?
review
What
it.
about Firestarter?
Good movie.
That one could have used a gun. Actually,
Oh yeah,
no.
that can actually go on.
No, I think it should have just stayed as. I think it's good that it stayed as solo.
You don't
Like
think
Stand
that
By Me.
as her being a little bit older?
I guess it could work.
I think it could work, but I get why they didn't, make it.
Yeah,
another
sometimes it's
movie.
better off to
The
stick
remake
with the
was
solo
really
story.
good, though.
Yeah, for me,
The
I personally
remake was
think
better than I actually expected.
the remake. Yeah, was good.
Yeah.
All right, one more question before we end
Why you
today's
did that?
episode.
Yeah.
And this is actually pretty interesting. Name your top 5 most emotional high points of all the Stephen King films you've ever watched.
Well, you have to understand. Well, there's a lot, but let's go with Stand By Me. Was there was like about a good 3 in just Stand By Me alone. Just something that really kind of hits you. And one of the ones was definitely the speech from River Phoenix to Will.
Yeah.
Will Wheaton. But the other one is where Corey Feldman's. It's on the train,
Yep.
Mhm.
and they go up there and they dodge the train. And the other one is honestly there's a lot in there, but I think it's when they find the girl, when they find the dead body,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I think actually
Stand By Me was a phenomenal.
was a phenomenal movie. You
Yeah.
could probably put
Yeah.
everything in.
So let's
Yeah.
configure the story instead. How about top three of your favorite emotional films of Stephen King?
Green Mile, Stand By Me, and
Yeah, those 2 films definitely for me. But
but partially because
the miniseries or the movies?
the movies and the ministry, I think what it is it's like fears. Your biggest fears, each person's individual fears. So that to me is intense,
True.
I think.
Okay,
Yours?
so I guess it would be for me. It would be Stand By Me,
Green
1,
Mile.
The Green Mile 2, and I know it sounds really, really weird, but it was the Pet Cemetery.
Oh,
is when
yeah.
the child dies.
Oh my god.
I
You know?
can definitely
Oh,
see
see,
that.
I totally didn't think about that, and you're right.
That
was devastating.
because the thing is
Oh
that
my
it goes
God.
back to the old cliche.
Oh.
You turn your head away for a
Oh,
second,
yeah.
and then the child's gone,
Oh.
and then you see the dad's already that 1 second behind, but it was that second that created
That's
the
the
biggest
reason
chaos.
why I was so paranoid with you.
Because you had impulse.
Yeah, you had impulse
I think every
controls.
child has that impulse.
No,
Uh,
you had severe impulse control.
Actually, I grew up in a different time. My mom would go up there, and I would be in the yard, even with Papa Frank and Grandma Connor and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, I'd be gone, and then they don't know where I'm at, but I'm asleep under a thing in Clampets.
You
which
weren't
is a
like
clothing
that though.
store.
You were like run, run, run. You got in trouble all the time. You ran out in front of a car one time. So
Jeez.
yes, you had
Um,
impulse control problems, and that was like a mother. That's like a mother's worst and father's worst nightmare.
And the problem is what was bad here is that he's running after her
yeah.
at the same, and he's watching the whole thing,
Yeah.
knowing that he can't catch up,
Yeah.
but still going
it's
as fast as he
horrible.
can. So to me, that was a very
Devastating.
That was
Yeah,
devastating point.
For me, it was Stand By Me #1, 2 Green Mile, and third, actually, you guys are gonna wonder about my choice, Carrie.
Well, see, no, I picked.
No,
Carrie, I personally
Carrie.
think was my.
I think
I
the
think
whole
it's
so
movie.
sorry for her in
Well,
the end.
and I think the whole bullying and the whole ostracization.
I think a lot of kids can relate to
Oh,
that. Strange enough.
absolutely.
But you know the thing is that if
horrible.
you want to go up there and describe a movie that will make you feel bad, Carrie was the
Oh,
movie
yeah.
from the beginning. It started
Oh, yeah.
because
Nothing went right
No.
for her.
Well, she had her beautiful moment until she got on stage. But that was the only part that you can say, or the boy asking her.
Yeah.
Those were two
Yeah.
glimmers of any
Yeah.
hope that she had.
Oh,
Just to
she
go up
was
there.
so beautiful in that
Oh, I know.
auditorium.
It was,
and
it
she was so happy, and she was so happy.
The
and
radiance.
he
Actually-
was happy too.
Yes.
Actually,
it was just
here's actually something
so
funny about that
sad.
film. You know when she technically had her period in the episode in the movie?
Right.
That was actually done by her, who would
Oh,
be
I heard.
her future husband.
Yes, I heard.
Strange enough.
Yes.
So I'm like,
good for him.
Good for him.
supporting
yeah, very much.
her
All-
journey.
They actually got married after the film.
That's
I
great.
have to say though that
They were dating during
but
that
there
time.
were so many other
Yeah,
little
yeah.
movies that you can. There's always Stephen King knows how to get.
He
a
just
good,
has a unique
Well,
ability.
you get back to
just,
Cujo.
Yeah,
You get back to
he
Cujo.
has
I mean,
a
the movie
unique
we just
ability
talked about.
to just satisfy his people. You know, he's so many different in so many different ways.
Well,
you know, really.
Inga brings up probably the biggest thing is the fact that she's so passionate about the books.
Yes,
and when you
yes.
see that, when you see the passion in there, because the passion does not necessarily translate from the books
No,
to
no,
the
it
movies,
doesn't.
but
True.
very,
Sometimes it does.
well, very
but not
seldom, very
always.
Like
in Stephen
Shawshank
King-
Redemption was good.
Yes,
Green
Green
Mile,
Mile.
Stand By Me.
Yeah, there
all
was a
of those
lot.
were successful because including Stephen King's It, Shining.
Yes.
Yes.
They were all based on his books, and all of them managed to do a pretty good job,
We
even
all-
if they
Yeah.
did take some
we
liberties.
all
out.
Yeah.
but the thing is, even with Kubrick's pushed every envelope of Stephen King here, and I think,
While still being something of his own.
well, and still making it Kubrick, but still, but the thing is that
Retaining
without the
some-
foundational set of what, because everything that you see Kubrick put on the screen, you know that came from basically Stephen King's brain. Because that would be something that Stephen King would already written
yeah.
out. That's the reason why I think Kubrick was probably the best director when it comes
Yeah.
to something like that.
Yeah. I would
He
agree.
pushed the envelope so
I think
hard.
they were a good pair.
Yeah.
Even
For
though
sure.
that they probably would have killed each other
Yeah.
if they were
Oh
really
no,
good.
he flat out hated The Shining when it first came out. He only just got around to it recently, like as recent as maybe 2017 at most.
But the thing is, I think what happens is you have two huge egos going at showing the same thing. But that's all I'm just
Hold on,
trying to
there is
say.
one more question. It's a quick one though.
'Cause I have to go to the restroom.
Will you guys use? And this is actually surprisingly coming from one of my viewers. Will there ever be a time where you will start doing other writers or other authors and doing their films on this particular month? I'm thinking that once we're done with Stephen King,
Oh, yeah.
which I don't think will be happening anytime soon, but if it
Oh,
does
yeah,
happen,
for sure.
where we do run out of Stephen
Definitely.
King, we'll do stuff like
Patterson.
Patterson.
Oh, wait
or-
a second. But
No.
He
Patterson
doesn't
doesn't
do
have any
movies,
No.
but we
No,
can do books.
We can do Harry Potter,
Harry
Oh,
Potter,
Potter.
yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes, yeah.
Which, actually, funny enough, we may just do Lord of the Rings some other time because I'm thinking I'm gonna make one exception this month, where I may have my buddy Jeffrey and I review the
There you
Lord of
go.
the Rings trilogy.
Oh yeah, you
Well,
should.
here's another thing too.
Especially
that I was
since me and
thinking
him
about.
grew up with those films for a long time.
Okay, well, there's also one other thing too that you.
Anyway,
yeah.
but yeah, let's sign off actually because
Well, I think you should, because RetroActive's Corner is something that you can be able to do. You can make a month for anything you want,
Yeah.
like Nintendo month, and all of those other things for
maybe
people
we'll
that are
transform it
games.
to authors month.
Or well, you got gaming. They want to hear.
Authors,
They want to
gaming,
hear
whatever.
Yeah, we'll do it. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for joining me. If you guys like what we do, please follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, Mr. Retroactive Livestreams. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and click that notification button if you want to be notified of our latest streams and videos. If you guys want to help support the channel, there are subscriptions through Facebook as well as stars that you can donate. You can donate through bits on Twitch or subscribe to Twitch through the tier system or Amazon Prime. You can also subscribe to us on our Patreon or donate to our PayPal to help support the channel that way. All right.
Well, you got to remember, for September, for Twitch, you can get 20% off tier 1, 30%
I thought it was
off.
60% off.
No, it's 20% off tier 1, 30% off. No, I'm sorry. A 3-month subscription is like, I think,
30% off.
30% off, and I think the 6-month is like
40%.
40, something like that.
Yeah, so don't quote on us. Definitely check it out, though, when you can.
Yes.
Tomorrow, of course, we're not going to be doing a stream. I'll be picking up my best friend Jeffrey and bringing him here.
Woohoo!
And we're hopefully going to be able to do some streaming with you guys during this week, so that'll be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Also, on Monday, we are going to be doing some Mario 64. And, of course, on Tuesday, we're doing Diddy Kong's Quest on Super Nintendo, which I'm still trying to 100% beat, or go for 102% completion, which it's, honestly, I think that's kind of funny, that 101, 102, 103, that's literally the trilogy.
Yeah.
But yeah, until then, my friends, I hope you all have an amazing day. I will see you all next time, and we're going to let this cutscene sign us out.
Bye.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Well, until then, I hope you all have an amazing day. I will see you all next time. This is Mr. Retroactive signing out. Have a great day, everybody.